teaching you to love Monday. Mustang Monday. Fast cars, fun chats, and badass business and personal tips from the streets. Driving home a positive message with interviews conducted in Kelly's 2006 Mustang.
Well, hello. It is Mustang Monday. I'm Kelly Orchard. And I just wanted you to know that for the month of March, this is the beginning of spring, and we're going to be covering the letter D in Badass, which stands for Decide to Grow and Succeed. An important component of being licensed to be badass is to decide. In fact, it's probably the one that's the most scariest. We're going to be talking about this all month long, about leadership and positive productivity. So listen, I've got a couple of great Mustang Mondays for you right now. You ready to go?
Turn up your energy with Mustang Monday. Here once again in the driver's seat is Kelly Orchard.
Hey everybody. It's like, hello. This is my marketing girl. I've been begging to get her into the Mustang with me for,
since April.
For months. This is Brooke Lewis, and she does a lot of my social media and email marketing. And I had her join me today in the Mustang because she just joined me over at Rotary Club, where I was a speaker, the keynote speaker for their Vocational Services Awards today. And I was really excited about it. So I told her, I said, well, since I've already done this new topic, we're going to do this topic in the Mustang. So Brooke is kindly enough to join me today. So what did you think about this Rotary Club meeting today? It wasn't your first, but you've been getting out in the community.
Yeah, I really like this meeting and being able to recognize people who aren't just in the Rotary, but who are doing things in the entire community.
Right. Yeah, it was vocational services. So we gave awards to people who were nominated by their department. I mean, Rotary didn't nominate; they were nominated by their bosses. But a couple of nurses.
Yeah, the nurse for Rancho Springs Medical Center. We had a nurse at La Loma Linda campus in Murrieta, police department, fire department, and a teacher at the Murrieta School District.
Yeah, so it was awesome. She's really great on reporting this. It's like, thank you for keeping me straight. So I'm going to keep this short. Today I got the pleasure of speaking on the ethics of life, and so I wanted to just kind of share with you today on what I spoke on. And here's my little notes. So I even had slides and everything.
It was very fancy.
It was very fancy. But I didn't want this time to be wasted. So I wanted to share with you on the ethics of life and what I learned about ethics from working with my dad. So basically, it's like I talked about the high ethical standards that Rotary does, and then I shared a little bit about me. And if you follow my Mustang Monday, you already know a little bit about me. So I'm not going to bore you with me being a second-generation radio broadcaster. I'm throwing those pages away. I don't need to be reminded of them. It's like, this is like totally live. I can just like be an idiot, I guess. That is what I do when I'm live.
Yeah.
I'd be stupid. Like, all right, so here I am. So the 6 ethics of life were, before you pray, believe. Before you speak, listen. Before you spend, earn. Before you write, think. Before you quit, try. And before you die, live. But I didn't have time to do all 6 of those ethics, so I chose just 3 today, what I did. And I do share that my dad believed in these ethics in his personal life, and he shared them and expressed them taught us kids about these ethics at 2. And so, since I only had a couple of minutes, I chose to use to promote the ethics of listen, think, and try as it pertains to leadership. Am I funny? Why? Yeah,
that's great.
Wow. It's like I feel like I'm on an episode of Saturday Night Live doing the news in the car. You know, this is carpool karaoke for mental health, is what this is.
That's
right?
a great way to compare this. Yeah.
Well, that is what I do. It's like, that is how Patrick Kelly from the school district. He and I, we just confirmed that he's going to get in the car with me next week, and we're going to record one. And he goes, "So tell me what this is like." And I tell him what I do, and he goes, "Oh, like that carpool karaoke thing." And I'm like, "Yes, basically. It is. It's carpool karaoke for badass tips, is what it is." So, all right. So before you speak, listen. Okay.
You should show the slide.
I should show the slide? Okay. Well, let's do this. Okay. Let's try. I can read it upside down. All right. Before you speak, listen. Is it showing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Is it showing correctly?
I think it's backwards, but it's okay.
It's all back. That's all right. So it's like I forgot some of these things that I do. I can't do it now. All right. I forgot some of these things that I wanted to say. It's like, so before you speak, listen. You know, in both my professional fields, I work with listening. In radio, it was an audience who was listening to me. As a psychotherapist, I am now the one who does the listening. Isn't that odd? So, the obvious meaning for this could be to listen more than you speak. And I know that you've probably already learned that, and I assumed that the people that were at this awards ceremony had already learned that. But have you ever had a crisis of conscience? And do you always do the right thing? A person's ethics is what will drive your decisions, your actions, your behaviors, and your attitudes. So it can be different with everyone, depending on your beliefs, your culture, your upbringing, and your status. So when you hear the term, listen to your conscience is your heart, your soul, your inner world. So listen to what your inner voice is telling you. Listen to that gut check. And I want about listening. Our bodies react to stress in physical ways, so it reacts to your intuition. So when something isn't right in a relationship or a work environment or in our personal lives, your body is actually telling you something. And cases have shown that, it's like that first initial gut reaction or that that first response that you feel is usually pretty accurate. So listen to it. Listen to your intuition. So there's listen. All right. And before you write, think. Now, I did this before you write, think, because it's like sometimes we speak before we think, but do you send emails or a text or a post on social media? It's like, did you stop and think about what, before you hit send or share, about what the words were that you were using? The acronym THINK, and I'll show this to you, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And those are things that you can do. Those are ethics. Think before you write something. Whether it's an email response to somebody or I always tell my clients, it's like you can't read tone through text. So stop having text fights. You can't read the tone, so it's pointless. You're just gonna make everybody nuts, So when it comes to the ethics in your life, there are times where an ethical decision is purely subjective and with the variables in the environment. So the think method is always helpful. And then finally, all right, before you quit, try. I always forget to say stuff when I'm there. I get in the moment and I tell other stories. But this one was a quote from a leadership coach, Mark C. Crowley. The root cause of leadership indecision is the fear of failure. So this can be blamed on a manager's lack of self-confidence, but sometimes it can also be blamed on organizations who routinely punish mistakes. So if you're a leader of an organization, don't routinely punish mistakes of your team. Let them fail and make mistakes. Before they quit, encourage them to try. Like for me, I was a reluctant celebrity in a small town, and I just wanted to fit in. It was weird. I didn't ask for it. And when I wanted to quit, my dad, my leader, my mentor, was the one who wouldn't let me. He didn't punish on the air mistakes, thank God, because I would have never kept my job. But he encouraged us and trained us to do better and to never quit and to always try. So that was my 3 ethics that I spoke on today. And this is Mustang Monday with my friend Brooke, who just sits there and nods like she agrees with me.
Basically.
Yeah. Seriously, I was like, hey, we gotta get some pictures. I need you to be there. Let's do a Mustang Monday. And I love her because she just goes along with it. She's like, whatever you want, Kelly, we're gonna do it. So thank you for joining us, and you're gonna have to say the tagline with me, and you better know it, all right? Oh, no. I am Kelly Orchard, and this is Brooke Lewis. Do you have like a marketing company name now, or just like, I do badass marketing?
Yeah.
She does badass marketing. And we are here to remind you to be bold,
be brave,
be confident, and be badass.
As you enjoy these interviews, know that you can watch the videos of Mustang Monday on Kelly's YouTube channel too. With one focus in mind, your advancement and progress in wisdom, success, personal growth, confidence, and positivity. This is badass territory. No sniveling.
Hey everybody, Kelly Orchard here with Mustang Monday. And in the car with me is John Levell from Crossfit Overload.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, now we just met because we were doing a video for something else business-wise. And I said, hey, that's pretty badass that you own this business and it's CrossFit. You got to do a Mustang Monday with me, a badass tip from the street. So here we are.
Yeah.
So John, okay, so we're just getting acquainted, and I know that you've lived in this area
about 15 years.
About 15 years, and you own a business.
Yes.
Right.
Me and my wife own CrossFit Overload. It's here on Jefferson in Marietta, and it's one of the oldest CrossFit gyms in Riverside County. There's about 14,000 CrossFit gyms in the world, and we opened in 2008, which puts us somewhere in the number, I think we're like 140th to open. So we go back pretty far with tenure in the CrossFit organization.
Yeah.
And if you don't know about CrossFit, it's a pretty well-defined and well-orchestrated workout regimen and, you know, kind of culture of being healthier.
Yeah.
Teaching people how to eat better for health and move better for health. And we kind of intertwine the two, and we get some really great results for people just looking to have better quality of life.
Well, you know, that's what I'm all about, not except, there's no except. I'm about, you know, the healthy lifestyle too, with the badass stuff, you know, because badass is an acronym, and, you know, my tagline is be bold, be brave, be confident, be badass. But part of that is you need that balance in your life.
Of course.
You know, you have to eat well, you have to exercise and sleep well, and you have to practice mindfulness and be aware of your circumstances and your moods and your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings. And so that's, you know, so what you do is also, it's a mindfulness with CrossFit too, right? It is
everything. And really, like I like to talk about CrossFit as a full continuum of health. I mean, because when you walk inside of a CrossFit gym, whether it's in Marietta, California, or, you know, China, the message is always the same. It's, I'm here to take better care of myself, to also meet and hang out with people that are going to take better care of themselves. And so that continuity kind of breeds an easier way to latch onto it and to be consistent with that. And so it's, you know, you start meeting friends who are also eating better, who are also moving better and sleeping better and being more social and getting all these benefits that are just sometimes untalked about with exercise. I mean, it's really more than exercise.
It's totally more than exercise. You know, I like to promote, you know, brain science and neuroscience, you know, and heart math, and it's like basically it's like a lot of scientific, you know, philosophies. What, you know, it's like, I'm from California, and so a lot of people's like, oh, that's all woo-woo and hippie.
Yeah.
And it used to be that way. We used to think that it was that way. But now it's like there's a lot of science that backs up the positive thinking and the exercise and what it does to you physiologically, emotionally.
Yeah.
And, you know, like you said, when you start working out, or a program like you said, like CrossFit, which is interdiscipline, it's not just going and running on a treadmill,
of course,
or working out with weights. It's like a multiple different kind of integrated plan. But you get that, like you said, you get those like-minded people, you know, and we are, you know, the sum of the people we spend the most time with.
Of course.
You know, so when you're working out with people who are also now eating healthy, then it's not scary to go out to dinner with them, you know, or to go have dinner.
Yeah, and it's you get people that are, you know, going to help you with the journey, because, you know, we're all human, we all fault, we all fail. To have a support system that is only going to move you in a positive direction, that's in my opinion why CrossFit has got the momentum it has in the last, you know, 10 to 15 years, is that it's shown a lot of success with people trying to do this and maybe need a little extra push or support from those community members as well. So it's a global phenomenon in my opinion, and you look around and you can see the results. If you know anyone that does CrossFit or has done it, it's amazing.
Yeah. All right, so a badass tip from the street from John Levell would be what? What would you want to?
If I could tell anybody a tip about business and health, for that matter, it would be always keep your friends close. I mean, like networking in this area, especially in an area like Temecula, Marietta, it's proven in my life to be the most important part about being successful and having those resources and friends to lean on it, to help you and to support you. I mean, it's an amazing thing when you look around and you're like, wow, all these people are, you know, in my network, and they respond to emails and texts and phone calls, and they converse with you, and they help you get life. I mean, like, it's amazing.
You're right. And the thing is that as I'm learning about you now, because like I said, we literally just met. So it's like sometimes I get people in the car, we've known each other for years, you know, or we've known each other for a while. But you and I literally, you got in the car and it's like, hey, how are you? Want to do a Mustang Monday with me? It's like, what that? You know, and so here you are. But the thing is that you're also, like CrossFit, you also have different interests and things that you do. You have the CrossFit business.
Of course.
And you're involved in your community in other ways because you serve on...
I'm the vice chairman of the Marietta Planning Commission.
See, there you go.
So I'm on my 3rd year now, and I will be chairman starting in December of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like to be involved because I care about my community.
Yeah.
And
that's what's important too, and that's what makes your business successful, is
Yeah.
because you care about the community that you work, live, and play in, not just owning a business.
No, because it's
But that's what makes your business successful.
I would like
Yeah.
to think so. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it all goes together. Like you said, it's the same with CrossFit. All of those things work together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the exercise and the eating and the mindset work together, and so does the networking and the keeping your friends close and being involved in your community. It works together for overall success, which is badass.
Yeah.
Right?
And you want to take care of yourself so you can help. You can be the best person possible to take care of others.
Other people.
Right.
That's right.
And that's in emotionally, physically, and socially. It's something that we all have a duty, I think, to do that and to do our best for the community and for our families and for others around us. It's important.
Right. And so what I specialize in is flipping the format on the fear of failure. So when somebody walks into your CrossFit studio, you do that too.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I described to them the hardest part was walking through the door.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
The rest is, just...
Well, because
come on in.
That's right. Let's just go on in and just do it. Because what you find out is it's not as hard as you think it is.
No.
It's not. I mean, it's I've done those workouts, and it's like it goes by really fast.
Yep.
First of all,
Yep.
It's hard while you're in it, but when you're done,
Before you know it's over.
it's over.
Yep.
Before you know it, it's done, and you're like, "Whoa!"
Ironically, I was just talking about this yesterday to one of my clients. The better you get, the more efficient you get with the movements and the lifts and the technique. Really, that means you're gonna go faster, go harder, lift more weight in those same time domains. And so it actually, as the better you get, the harder it gets. And so, as you first start, you look back and you're like, oh man, I remember when I first started how hard that workout was. But then you look back, where you've progressed to, you're like, wow, now I can do all these things so much easier. And so it's a continually improving process that's really cool to see unfold. As myself, I did it, and looking at my clients and friends now, I love seeing the progress they make as they go forward.
And as he describes that, I can listen to him and just say, it's the same way with your emotional and your mental processes. It's like the more you practice positive thinking and injecting positive things inside your life is also going to improve.
Of course.
And in the difficulties that come along your way, you're going to find different solutions and ways to manage them.
Yeah.
And so it's all integrated, the mind, body, spirit. And I'm glad that you got in my car today. it's like perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm so glad to meet you.
Yeah.
I feel like I made a new friend.
Likewise, you did make a new friend.
Yeah. Also, you can shake my hand with that. I wish I had a button or something to give you, but I don't have any with me.
That's cool.
But all right, you guys. So thank you so much for agreeing to just off the cuff do this.
Of course, no, my pleasure.
Busy man. Yeah.
I love getting the word out and spreading positivity in any way possible. And if there's one person that hears this message and gets a smile out of it or some information to maybe make their life better, then this was worth it, obviously. So
yeah. All right, so everybody, John Levell with CrossFit Overload.
Yep.
In where? Marietta,
right off Jefferson and basically Eastman Drive.
Okay. And I'm Kelly Orchard, the Badass Certifier. And you have to repeat with me, okay? Reminding you to be bold.
Be bold.
Be brave.
Be brave.
Be confident.
Be confident.
Be badass.
Be badass.
Tune up when you tune in each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. BADASS is an acronym, and each Wednesday, Kelly shares tips, tools, and information about how you can become licensed to be badass too. When the bus arrives at Badassville, you discover it's not a place, it's a state of being.
Thanks for listening and getting one step closer to being licensed to be badass. Be sure to subscribe to continue on the bus to Badassville. Snag your Badass Habits ebook at licensedtobebadass.com. You can stay in the slow lane and get just enough tools for successful badassery, one podcast at a time. Or you can join the Badass Ambassador crew in the fast lane by checking your baggage with my Licensed to be Badass integrated program with videos, worksheets, and group coaching for motivation, mindset, and a fresh approach to living a fruitfully badass life.